Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Wyatt Weaver, and for today's episode we are back here up in Sullivan County hunting bear, buck, and also doe. Bear closes tomorrow.
It is currently 10 o'clock, Friday, December 3rd. I'm using my Remington model 700 30-06.
We're gonna go up to a bunch of these beech trees areas, sneak up there, almost do a bunch of still hunting today, so you might see us walking around, kind of looking through the trees and trying to just figure out where these deer are. And
I might find a spot that I like and I want to sit for a period of time that I feel like the deer might travel through there.
I guess we'll see you in the woods, and I'll show you guys around kind of what we're doing today. And if we see something, we see something. If not, we're still having a blast here in the public land. So I'll see you in the woods.
I had been walking for about 2 hours at this point when I saw this deer come up over this hill. We locked eyes and pretty much stared at each other for a while. I was able to get the camera on her moving very slowly so she didn't spook or anything, but while I was watching her for a long time, I never really felt like I had a good opportunity to raise the gun because she stared at me for so long. And when she started to walk off, I didn't feel like she gave me enough time to shoot, and I wasn't comfortable enough shooting the shot that I might have had. She never really figured out what I was, I don't think, but she just knew something was up, so she turned around and went the other way.
It's about 1 o'clock. I've been walking for about 3 hours now. I saw that doe around 12, and I haven't seen anything since. I am seeing a ton of sign, deer footprints, deer track, poop, all that type of stuff, like scraping for food. Now, even though I'm seeing a lot of sign, I am not seeing major clear trails that the deer are constantly taking. I'm not finding too much of that. I'm gonna walk down this funnel some more and maybe sit somewhere for the last couple hours of light, possibly. I don't know, we'll see.
Alright, looks like we got our first sign of a big buck, or a buck that's pissed off. A 2-inch tree just shredded. And right at the bottom, we have a lot of fresh scrapings. I should imagine that's within a couple days. So there's definitely buck moving through here. In my kind of experience with deer hunting, so I want to try to walk as calmly as I can, as quietly as I can, kind of hidden away. And right in here, it's kind of a natural trail route, almost like a path between beech trees on that side and pine trees on this side. If I walk right in the middle of that, I might be able to kind of glass over and look over at both sections rather than just staying in the pines or staying in the beech trees. Well, after about 15 minutes of walking through this stuff, the sign is really starting to pick up. It's a nice scrape. And then I have a couple buck rubs over in those pines right there. And there's also another scrape right there. But tomorrow morning we're probably going to sit for a little bit, and I might just go ahead and put a tackers or a waypoint on Onyx maps to set up a spot in this location, because it's a great crossover point. We got swamps over there, and we got a big ridge right behind me. Basically those deer are going to be crossing right through all this pine stuff right in front of us, going over from one section to the other, and it's a great place to set up to ambush them as they cross over.
It might be a little difficult to hear me. I decided to set up, overlook these fields that are way back in here. I'm seeing good sign in them, old sign too, and new sign. Gonna be ducking down in the cover here, pretty much just watching it for the rest of the evening. If it pans out, it pans out. If it doesn't, I'm probably gonna try it again tomorrow. Maybe a different section of this, but probably gonna try this again tomorrow.
It makes it very difficult to spot and stalk or still hunt in this piece of land is that it's very, very large. There's thousands of acres, and you really have to try to figure out where these deer are at. And what we've had trouble with was kind of locating their core areas. Not many places in here have food. I know beech trees have nuts and stuff that they would eat. They started scraping at the bottom. I don't find a specific location where there's just tons and tons of deer. It's usually a deer here and there. Not a lot, just at one location, which makes it very difficult to know where to still walk if you don't really know where a lot of them are at. You have to walk very calmly almost everywhere.
Those owls are still going off. It sounds like the one got closer because I hear it to my right. Maybe the same one is flying away. Maybe the same one that was in front of me is flying towards the other one. I got myself set up in a spot that I know what the land looks like, but I didn't exactly have an area marked. We're just basically trying to find out, figure out these deer, even in the hunting season, you know, maybe help us for next year as well.
Alright, it's 8:30. I would typically sit until like right around 10 o'clock for our morning. But we have a spot I want to check out that's at least 2 miles, maybe even 3 or 4 miles away. It's going to take us pretty good bit of time to get down there. I haven't checked it out yet, and I don't think a lot of people hunted around here, but not many people are willing to walk that far, so we're going to go ahead and make our way over there. It'll give us plenty of time to walk there and sit down if we need to. We talk about narrowing down a large section of woods and trying to figure out where the biggest buck in the area is. I just imagine the buck wouldn't mind laying down in that stuff, or doe. I know sometimes when you're walking through all this stuff, you start to smell deer, smell lots of sign. I've had that happen to me multiple times. And you just look up and all of a sudden there's a couple deer. But right here, instead of the smell, what I have, I'm feeling like I'm being watched. I'm almost too open. If you feel like you're being watched, chances are deer will probably feel like they're being watched too. I just feel like something can see me. It's not really good. Just walking back now, heading back to the truck. There's this nice little landing up here. I was walking up on that thing and I just happened to glance down all this cut pile of timber. And we have like a buck rug. Whoever did this, pretty serious about something else. I mean, look at the gouges in this thing. I mean, he's going at it. Now I have no idea how big this thing is. I've heard big bucks go on small twigs, but I don't think that was a spike buck.
As if for this morning, I am done. I think the rest of my dad, my two brothers are done as well. I think we're gonna regroup and maybe put on some drives for each other. Maybe do some more still hunting in different areas, but nothing for this morning. Across the boards, nobody saw anything like that. Well, what I'm afraid of is the whole Sullivan County polluted with bears. It's not, but you get what I'm saying.
Well, right here it is.
Right here it is. There's just outrageous amount.
What? They checked in 50-some bears.
57 first day.
That was Saturday.
That was just opening
He was
day.
like 58 or something in the bears that day.
Just opening day.
That's not even. That's opening day of deer season.
Yeah.
That's not bear season.
No, that's deer.
But that's how many bears were taken. Something. We gotta move some deer.
Because
there aren't enough deer over here. We might need to go somewhere with them. But I don't know that there's any over there.
But the deer kind of like hidden away or something like that. We're not really seeing too many of them, so we're like, hey, let's just go ahead and see if we can kick a deer out and have some fun doing it, change it up a little bit rather than sitting down all day and walking around. Currently getting ready for the first deer drive of this year's season. And they're going to be kind of still hunting, kind of just casually walking through the woods because they don't want to push the deer too far and they also want to get a shot at them. And then I'm going to be the first stander of today's drive. We have yet to hunt it, so we don't know exactly what we're dealing with, but it should be fun.
See this thing?
big buck shooters.
You guys ready? Logan, what are you using today?
243 Winchester.
What's that?
Sniper rifle, right? That's my first deer gun.
Junior rifle.
Junior rifle.
Yeah.
You really need 5 bullets?
Dude.
Let me tell you.
Alright. We made it to the spot. My brothers and dad are about a couple hundred yards to my right. Alright, that's the end of drive number 1.
Dad and Logan are over there making their way up to me now. We're gonna head back up to the truck and probably do one more. We only had like 2 hours left of the day.
Spooked or something like that.
You did see one?
Yeah, he saw one right away.
In the first 15 minutes or so when we started walking.
It was a small one, you said?
Yeah, I don't think it was no buck. I would have seen antlers when it came out. I mean, if it was a spike.
Yeah. Do you want to do the top side of that one prop for the last hour? Just
Yeah, we need,
do
we
just
need to hustle out of
just do
here.
a fast
We
drive.
can either do that, or we can go back to that area where they logged and just walk back in it a little bit. Hope you jump something.
That's probably going to be all we have for you guys today. See, hunting up here in public land, it can be an absolute challenge. You know, a lot of times we're out here, we don't see anything. But I still want to produce a video for you. I still want to share with you guys where I learn, what I think, and what really goes on whenever I'm in the woods. And today, you know, something that really stood out to me was, and my siblings and my father as well, and we talked to other hunters, and we're all really coming to the same conclusion. 5 or 6 years ago, we could see deer. Each person sees a couple usually. This year was pretty different, and I don't know if it started last year or 2 years ago, but one thing that really stood out to us was the amount of bear sign. And I don't know how it is with you guys in different states, or let's say in Pennsylvania or different counties in Pennsylvania, but here in Sullivan County, something is different. I think where we're hunting, the amount of bear sign has almost exploded, that the bear population has gone up an absolute crazy amount. And I don't know if that has an absolute crazy effect on the whitetail population, as in maybe not killing them, but maybe moving them away. Maybe black bear pushed whitetail away. And I'm not an expert on black bear and whitetail and how they intermix with each other in the habitat, but I do know that we've talked to a few hunters, and 2 of them both agreed and both witnessed them and their camp looking at bear poop with lots of hair in it, deer hair in it. And what we come to the conclusion is the population is off. So for the next probably week, or if not next year, we're probably going to be hunting in a completely different area for whitetail. And that's a lesson learned. I don't know how that is, but for today's comment down below and in the description, comment how the bear population is in the county that you hunt in, if that's in Pennsylvania or if you hunt in any other county. Write that down below because I'm very curious. With that being said, have a great day, stay safe, and good luck.